A little bit of background information on this sculpture. Professor Selassie came up with the mathematical formula back in the 1970s. So the idea and concept has been around for a long time. It's not copyrighted. It's on the public domain on an internet site. In fact, I want to thank a local White Lake resident, John Cole, who found this particular sculpture and made a model. This is the model. And one of the amazing things, you'll hear about it from the fabricator in a little bit, Tim Carr, is we took this little model and figured out the dimensions and how to make it look like that. I think other thing that's important to note, color sometimes is a kind of an attractive thing. It catches the eye. We elected not to do that because color also usually needs to be maintained. Whereas if we've had Tim, who did all the work on it, come up with different decorations or different pieces of metal to put on all the sides with the exception of the stainless steel. That's a clear thing to do. The only thing that doesn't eventually rust, but the rust will take care of paint. There will be different colors, so you'll always be able to see the difference. With that, Tim, could you come up and tell us about all the challenges you faced in doing this?
Well, it was a challenge. Thankfully, to the aid of the computer, we were able to. One of the programs it gives you the size, or not the sizes, but the shapes, and we blew those up as big as we could, and then I dimensioned everything off of that, and we laid it out on the steel and cut it out. It was quite fun. The other challenge was to build it because there are no right angles, nothing stands straight up. I actually ended up building the wood frame structure to lay it down on, drive set nails all the way around it so I could stand the other pieces up and hold it in place while I got everything tacked together. So it was a bit of a challenge to build by myself, but it was a lot of fun. I did end up calling a buddy to hold one piece because I couldn't do it. I couldn't get it to hold where I wanted to. But it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed building it. It was a good time. I hope everybody enjoys it.
After the formal ceremony is over, Tim will stick around if you have questions for him or would like to get some information about it. He'll be here. One of the things that also has occurred that's been very helpful to us has been that John Cole, who's has been in contact with Professor Selassie. He's a retired math professor, lives in Hungary, so he's communicating through the internet. One of the things that we did ask the professor to do was, somewhere, so I'm going to quote something from a recent email that Professor Selassie sent to John. So this is a quote. "I congratulate you for having the vision to make this sculpture a reality. I and the members of my family are very proud to realize that this faraway place," that's West Michigan, the faraway place, has come close to small Hungary. This sculpture advances the relationship of science and art. It will show viewers that mathematics can appear in tangible form while also demonstrating aesthetic value. It shows the mathematics can not only be useful, but also artistically pleasing. End quote.
All right. Phil just asked me to reiterate the fun that we had doing it, and it was fun. The three main things that we have to do as we continue to add pieces of sculpture here in our community is, first of all, find a location where it is going to be readily visible both from the bike trail, where you all are, and from a major thoroughfare. I think we knocked it out of the park on this one. This is exactly what we're looking for. The second thing is to find pieces of sculpture that are very interesting and in quick view, but also provide a basis for real contemplation to think about what's going on here. For example, the description of this piece first said that it is a polyhedron with 7 sides. Okay, I get that. Each side is an irregular hexagon. A what? And each side touches each of the other sides. That's the part where I said, how am I going to do that? And you can see how it's been executed and very well done. The final piece, and this is the sting, in our effort to continue to add sculpture, you have to have a visible location, a piece of artwork that is attractive and whose appeal will last over time. And the final thing is you have to have funding. Thanks to Harbor Light Credit Union for making this possible, and you can count on us to be back talking to many of you for additional bits of help for the future so we can continue this. Thank you.
This is the 9th sculpture that has been placed along the bike path, starting in Montague and continuing through Whitehall and up here now. Also, we have a brochure, the Arts Council has a brochure that shows where they're placed, and if anybody would like a brochure like that, see me afterwards because I've got several with me. As Pete said, funding is one of our biggest challenges probably, although I think Tim Carr would probably disagree and say building it is, but anyway, the funding is an issue. If any of you are totally inspired by this today, you need sponsors, please let me know. And that's the end of our floor. Oops, I'm sorry. I do think I see Mac back there. We also want to thank the City of Whitehall because it's their property and they have graciously allowed us to put this up here. It's supposed to last a lot longer than any of the rest of us do. Mac, do you have anything you want to add?
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Scott, for being involved as well. Feel free to walk around here and look at the different sides. I just would warn you the ground is a little uneven and the grass is very wet. But other than that, feel free to walk carefully. We don't have anything like provision for lawsuits. Thank you for coming out, though.